Banned in UK. A Borstal was a kind of youth detention centre in the UK. Their intention was to reform young offenders through education rather than punitive methods. It's also a village in Kent. You what, you Kent? Scum is a 1979 British feature film written by Ray Minton and directed by Alan Clarke. It's also the name of a TV play created by those two 2 years previously. Although the writer, Ray Minton, made sure to get his facts straight by doing extensive research before penning the script, the truth, it seemed, was too hard to bear. Basically, the film felt so real that the BBC were worried people would think it was a documentary and get really angry and confused and cry, I don't know what. Well, they banned it, basically. It got put up on the shelf along with another play for today called Brimstone and Treacle, which was banned for being nauseating. Both plays, however, rose from the ashes as extended, reshot feature films destined for the big screen where the limitations of TV couldn't reach them, freeing the filmmakers to make starker, edgier creative decisions like increasing the violence and bad language and general grimness in Scum, or in the case of Brimstone and Treacle, recasting the main actor with a musician who can't act, called Gordon. Scum follows three youths as they enter the Borstal system, to a fanfare of chugging transit van diesel, which rightly suggests they're being driven into some sort of mechanical meat grinder. Big burly men surround and intimidate them, prodding at their perceived or fabricated weaknesses and telling them who is in charge. And then when they enter the wing, big burly boys surround and intimidate them, mocking their perceived or fabricated weaknesses and telling them who is in charge. And it becomes very clear very quickly that if you fight back against the burly boys, you'll be punished by the burly men. And if you don't fight back against the boys, you'll be punished by the burly boys and the burly men. All in drab, grey, cold, stark realism, with every barked order echoing off the walls. Is this what reforming through education looks like? The only lessons these boys are learning is you either fight or die, because flee isn't an option. Ray Winstone luckily establishes his character Carlin and his career as a hard man, the one with the minerals, the lucky one who has the strength to fight back and win. He thrives in this environment, because as was once said about the Borstals, more often than not they were breeding grounds for bullies and psychopaths. So what chance do the other two introverted and troubled teens who entered with Carlin have? Very little. Julian Firth and Ulrich Riley bring a sensitivity to these characters, which doesn't stand a chance in this environment. They're doomed and we know it. It's just a matter of time. As the film progresses, we realise that this is not only true of the youth, but of the men tasked with guarding them. Their anger and resentment also stems from being trapped within these grey walls, day in day out lacking for a system designed to fail everybody, boiling over with impotent rage. Fancy half of that mob charging up and down your street, mutters the great Bill Dean to another convict, Archer, the only person with the wits about him to step outside and have a look in. What Archer sees is a system which degrades everybody equally from an almost omnipotent godlike position, an institution overseen by a malevolent entity who can't be blamed for the problems it causes because it doesn't have a face, leaving the ants in the farm to eat each other up. Scum is a relentlessly grim and brutal document of a method of punishment now long gone, but a method of thinking still very much alive in the hornet's nest that is modern political rhetoric. Misplaced anger on Lou, violence begetting violence. If only we had an Alan Clarke now to capture this time in the stark fury he did then. Perhaps we'd be able to talk this through like Archer suggests, rather than lash out impotent at it and kick bins over. Anyway, Scum, if you like films like Hunger or even The Devils, where accepted notions are challenged passionately, then you'll enjoy this one. It's available on 4K from 88 Films in the UK right now, so check it out. We are IndieMDB for everything indie.